In 2007, a small privately owned company created a revolutionary vessel designed specifically for protecting Navy ships from pirate and small boat attacks. This vessel, aka Ghost, is the first of its kind and was destined for success. But then, something unexpected happened. Instead of the US military welcoming the innovation with open hands, it placed secrecy orders on the boat, calling it too dangerous. The big question is, why is the US military trying to hide this boat? And what makes it so special? On October 21, 2000, USS Cole was docked at the port of Aden in Yemen when it was hit by a small boat loaded with explosives. The boat was piloted by two terrorists, and the explosion from the attack created a 40-foot wide hole near the waterline, severely damaging the $1 billion Navy ship. Sadly, 17 American sailors lost their lives, and 40 other crew members were injured. In the aftermath of the attack, Gregory Sancoff, an American businessman, saw a gap in the naval defense system and conceived the idea of a gunship that could neutralize this type of threat. Sancoff also came across a U.S. Navy wargame report called Juliet, which simulated the U.S. Navy attacking a force of small high-speed boats. The simulation estimated the U.S. Navy suffering up to 20,000 casualties in just 2 days. This motivated Sancoff to start a new company, which is named Juliet Marine Systems, after the report itself. To get things rolling, Sancoff invested $5 million of his money, and work began on a prototype that would later be called Ghost. Despite finishing the prototype in 2007, Sancoff and his company could not show off their work to the world. Up until 2011, the Ghost project was kept a secret, and all testing was done at night. Finally, on August 11, 2011, after 4 whole years, the U.S. Navy removed the secrecy order, and Ghost finally made its first public appearance. While the Ghost has several impressive features, what makes it stand out is stealth. The boat had a very low radar cross-section for its size, meaning that most larger ships won't be able to detect her on their radar. While this feature makes her a great candidate for reconnaissance missions, her primary mission is fleet defense. A squadron of these vessels could protect larger warships near the shore from smaller vessels, be it terrorist boats or unmanned maritime systems. The boat can be equipped with a M197 20mm rotary cannon, as well as missiles like the Griffin or Advanced Precision Kill Weapon System rockets. Aside from fleet defense, the boat can also conduct anti-submarine warfare, piracy protection, and mine countermeasure. Plus, it has a variety of sensors for reconnaissance purposes. With a sitting capacity of 18 passengers, the vessel can be used to transport Navy SEALs, making it an excellent assault vehicle. If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more amazing military content just like this. Despite all its amazing features, the vessel has faced a lot of criticism. When the Ghost was made public, critics immediately started pointing out that the vessel doesn't have the range or logistics to withstand deep-sea operations, at least not without some sort of mothership. However, it is worth noting that this vessel can fit inside the deck of various amphibious ships. It can even be transported inside a C-17 cargo plane. It's also important to note that the Ghost was designed to operate in very specific locations. This brings up the question, aside from stealth, what makes the Ghost superior to traditional patrol boats? Well, there's a lot. For instance, small patrol boats are quite unstable in the open seas due to wave motion. This makes it very difficult to launch any kind of weapon with absolute accuracy. Ghost, on the other hand, solves this problem by employing the design system called Small Water Plane Area Twin Hull, or SWAT. This design is superior to that of a regular patrol boat because it is less susceptible to wave motion due to its narrow waterline. The twin hulls that provide the majority of the vessel's displacement are completely submerged, reducing the effects of wave action. Essentially, the Ghost is a boat that rides on 2 fins attached to 2 submarines, which have 22 different water control surfaces. This also gives it a more complex design, since all the machinery such as 2 gas turbine engines, 2 huge 800-gallon fuel bladders, and propellers have to be located inside the 62-foot submarine-shaped pontoons. However, having the propulsion system underwater increases its ability to survive. Since the twin hulls of the vessel are below, wave impacts are greatly reduced. Water only hits the very sharp struts of the vessel. Normally, propellers are placed aft of a boat, which in turn pushes the vessel forward. However, this would have caused a structural problem for the Ghost, hence its propellers are placed in the front, effectively pulling the boat forward. This unusual propeller placement created an advantage for the Ghost by reducing drag with the help of cavitation. Cavitation essentially is the formation of bubbles on the propeller. When a propeller spins, it produces areas of lower pressure around its plates, causing the water to boil at ambient temperature. This creates a trail of bubbles. So, what is inside the bubbles is not air but water vapor. Now, if the propeller is placed in the back of the boat, these bubbles are simply exhausted. But if you put the propellers in front of the vessel, just like it was done with the Ghost, they form underwater gas tunnels around the giant pontoons, which create 900 times less hull friction than if they were just moving through water. This gives the vessel superior efficiency with a top speed of 50 knots, making it the fastest swath ship in the world. The company is even planning to design future models that can reach up to 70 knots. Despite having such an outstanding design and efficiency, Juliet Marine Systems could not sell the Ghost to the US military because they were simply not interested. Back in 2009, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, offered a contract to Juliet Marine Systems in exchange for all its patent rights. But Sancoff, the company's founder, did not want to lose the rights to his property because he knew he could make more money. Instead, he offered Ghost to the US Navy at a $10 million price tag. The Navy's initial interest in the vessel eventually started to fade away for several reasons. First off, the Navy wanted larger warships that were also capable of offshore operations, instead of small crafts that could only perform inshore missions. The Navy was also a bit skeptical about working with new technologies, let alone startups, especially after the fiascos with Zumwalt and the littoral combat ships. The Navy wasn't even interested in Juliet's scaled-up 150-foot version of the Ghost. After Sancoff rejected the offer from DARPA, the US government placed secrecy orders over 4 patents, which prevented Juliet Marine Systems from publishing its technology. The secrecy order was recommended by the Office of Naval Research, which labeled Ghost's technology as dangerous. Over 4 years, the secrecy orders were lifted and reinstated multiple times. According to Sancoff, the US government simply wanted him to go out of business, as they didn't even allow other countries to purchase his technology. In 2014, the US Department of State permitted foreign military sales discussions with South Korea. But prior to any meetings, Juliet Marine Systems had to file paperwork with the State Department, which would in turn run it by the US Navy. The meetings were approved, but there were plenty of stipulations, including things that prevented the company from talking to foreign buyers about Ghost or its supercavitating hull technology. In 2016, Juliet Marine Systems was forced to lay off 17 of its 20 employees and then go to court against the US government. In 2021, the Ghost was listed for sale for a bargain price of $2 million. However, no one purchased it. Currently, the vessel is permanently located on display in Albacore Park, next to USS Albacore in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. While the US Navy showed no interest in buying the vessel, other countries including Qatar, South Korea, and Israel have shown interest in purchasing the vessel. Hopefully, one day the US Navy will see the value of this technology and employ it in its fleet. But for now, this revolutionary technology is nothing but a design concept. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime we post amazing videos like this.